Exogate Initiative is a fun, if occasionally frustrating, management base building hybrid that gives you control of an international for-profit space exploration operation that's tasked with exploring and exploiting the universe via instant transmission portals called, you guessed it, Exogates. Now, of all the sims I've ever simmed, Exogate Initiative is certainly one of them. That's not to say this game is bad, far from it in fact, as I mostly enjoyed my 10-hour dive into this title's early access offerings. However, as of recording and as you'd expect of any early access release, Exogate Initiative lacks a good bit of polish, balance, and an X factor that would make it worth the time of folks that aren't already fans of the genre. But if you, like me, enjoy sci-fi and simulators, then stick around, because Exogate Initiative hits most of the highs of the genre. You'll begin your operation by excavating a large underground area using a fleet of autonomous robot slaves, workers. And I never grew tired of listening to their playful little beeps and chirps, which in hindsight might have been them crying out for liberation. Assuming you picked initiation mode instead of free play, you'll then begin working through a long list of objectives delegated to you by the ever mysterious, always greedy, and probably nefarious committee. These objectives slowly introduce you to each of Exogate Initiative's classes, or gators, from scientist to soldier to scholar, and you'll need to run recruitment campaigns, shuffle through their applications, and then select the least shitty candidates before assembling teams and sending those suckers through the Exogate, all in the name of profit. Each exoplanet you discover presents its own set of risks and rewards, from environmental hazards to alien artifacts to rare metals to outright hostile alien assholes called Sqarbs, who will occasionally invade your base, knock out your worthless soldiers, blow up a handful of generators, and peace the f*** out. And if you can't tell, yes, I hate these little pricks. During missions, your teams will occasionally radio back home with short interactive narratives that require selecting from a handful of easy-to-choose options. This feature can be disabled, but I found these interactions to be pleasant if forgettable interludes from the otherwise crushing weight of team composition micromanagement that Exogate Initiative often forces upon you. That's right, despite automating much of the grunt work like restocking vending machines and maintaining generators, Exogate still necessitates near constant vigilance. Whether it's monitoring when to sell rare metals on the marketplace, telling your scientists to write new patents, tending to your gator's never-ending physical and psychological needs, and starting new missions. At its best, this gameplay loop is satisfying and addictive. At its worst, you can find yourself stuck in a horrifying downward spiral of injuries that require medical attention, but your medics hate working, and when they do, they become depressed, thereby necessitating the hiring of new medics to cure the old ones until the new ones invent new ways not to work. And because you can't make anyone do anything in Exogate Initiative, you're pretty much at the mercy of the semi-shitty AI to right this sinking ship. This injury spiral can make it impossible to field healthy teams for new missions which are required to fund your initiative, meaning you might get stuck in budget hell like I did and have to reload saves from an hour ago to figure out where things went wrong. It's by no means broken, but Exogate Initiative will need significant balancing between now and full release if it's to become a title worth recommending. Oh, and while the devs are at it, a little polish on these often janky, clipping-prone animations and perhaps a complete overhaul of the hilariously bad gator faces would be a nice touch. Until then, I'm giving Exogate Initiative a subject-to-change aggregate megascore of 2.91 out of 5, and will give a quick shout out to the game's calm yet curious synth score that does a nice job of building atmosphere. As always, this is Scope, and thanks for watching.